We were don't fuck with number two. We were late. Carson called me and I was about to come in here and then I had to do a little detour and come pick you up because Pun's sick today or something.
Yeah, Pun is just sick of doing the podcast. I think he's pretty much sick of hanging out with me.
Oh really?
Yeah, I think he's over it. He's like,
Is he really?
I'm pretty much over this.
Yeah, he's it.
Yeah, it was fun for a while, but now I'm just going back to my life of living on my couch.
I'm tired of being your bundle of need.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
I need help in this, that, and the other situation.
Well, not my fault anymore, buddy. Not my problem. I'm sick.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
So we just we drove in here and now we're just gonna do a bit of a radio show, I suppose.
Yay.
So what's been going on with you? Anything interesting?
My dad sent me a check so I could pay my rent. I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
That's nice. Let's see what else is going on. I got a Christmas tree from you, and got that up. And now I'm pretty much going to kill my cats now, because I've had it up since Sunday. That was my Sunday evening project, was putting up my Christmas tree. I woke up this morning and there are ornaments all over the house, none of which appear to be on the Christmas tree itself.
Okay.
So, and I can't find them.
Cats. You have more than one?
I got 2 cats now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they're both 3 months old, 4 months old. So they're rambunctious as hell. You hear them all night long just bouncing off the walls or whatever. And I'm not really sure what the hell they did with all the ornaments, because there are a ton missing. And I can't find them. They are nowhere in the damn house. As far as I know, they crushed them up and snorted them for all I know. But
this
they're
might be why they're
fucking
so crazy.
gone. Yes. Yeah. Well, they're young cats. They want to experiment.
Oh, okay.
So snort it.
See what's out there.
Yeah,
there's a modeling career in their future.
Exactly.
I want to make sure they stay
cats.
skinny.
That's what they do.
Okay.
They snort up Christmas tree ornaments.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much that. I woke up this morning and that really just had me pissed, because I'm looking all over my house for ornaments I can't find now. So.
Right.
And now tonight I have to redecorate the Christmas tree, and when I go to bed, the cats get locked in the basement.
Ah, okay.
That's the new plan.
See, I don't have a basement. I have 2 cats too. It sucks.
Lock them somewhere.
There's only closets in my apartment for them to be locked into.
Well, that's fine.
Like I said, I got my girlfriend's cat and my cat, and they fight all the time. But now they don't fight nearly as loudly as they used to, because the good one, Esther, has gotten to the point where she's okay with it. So she just kind of so my cat Pumpkin just beats the shit out of her, and then all you just see is just little paws just kind of flailing. It looks like the De La Hoya fight, where it's just jabs like this, and then all of a sudden one of them will jump on the other one, and then they just kind of go along those lines. But you'll basically just hear them just racing around the house every once in a while. Yeah, and my 2 cats are older too.
Do you ever see this? Just you'll see one streak of a cat, and then 2 seconds later another streak of a cat chasing it.
Yeah.
That is every night, because you can walk in my front door, and there's a hallway to your right that goes up to the kitchen area, and then you can go right into my living room. So if you go all the way around, it makes a big loop.
Okay.
So you'll just see the cats just.
Yeah.
What I think is funny is, I swear to God, they draft each other, because every lap they go by, the one cat will start getting closer to the other cat, and then one lap they'll go by and they'll be nose on ass action, and then the next lap he passed him.
Oh, okay.
So
that usually means there's been a fight somewhere in between, and then one of them won, and then the other one ran.
Exactly. So and every once in a while they reverse their way because they fight.
Okay.
Wait, you're going the wrong way. You're turning right.
Yeah. Okay.
Go the other way. It's go fast, turn left. That's a NASCAR joke.
Yeah, fucking cats. That's really what we do, is we sit around and we watch the movements of cats as time goes on.
Yeah. God, our life sucks.
Hey, by the way, some news about the show. Spread the word. We are being podcasted onto iTunes now. You can go up and just sign up for that. That's actually really easy if you have an iPhone. If you have iTunes on your computer, which most people do,
iPod.
You just kind of you just go and throw Eric and Carson in there. You'll find a lot of our old shows on there too, but it's you'll also see the new podcasts, and basically if you just subscribe to that, it'll be downloaded directly to your computer almost completely automatically. So if you want to make sure that you get this loveliness at least twice a week and never miss a show, that is how you go about that business.
Thank God for that.
Well, it's because, quite frankly, this show could be called Running Late with Eric and Carson.
Yeah. Okay.
And we could basically we show up anywhere between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So
stay for anywhere from a half hour to an hour and a half, and
to sometimes 15 minutes when we got a video game that's really kicking.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm the only reason I am as late as I am is because I didn't check my phone, because I was in the I was kind of oscillating between Megaton and Rivet City, and just trying to work out a deal, trying to take out Chapter 4 of the Survival Guide for the Capital Wasteland. But that's
what the hell are you talking about?
Fallout 3. It's an excellent game.
Oh, is it fun?
Yeah, I do like it. It's very involved, very deep, a lot of shit to it. I'm a property owner. I kind of like, because basically what happened was I got first I got Fable 2, which I was heavily into. And then I got Fallout 3. I beat Fable 2, then I got Fallout 3. Then I went back, and then like a week or two later, Gears of War 2 comes out.
Right.
So I was into that for a couple of weeks, and then I finally like got to the point where like I was realizing that we're about 2 months away from the online actually working. So
right.
Because it's just not there yet.
Yeah, I know.
Have you tried this?
I put in like my little 48-hour code and tried it. I got on maybe once and got kicked off. Like I could never get back on, so I was like, "Fuck it," and I gave up on it.
The online for Gears of War 2 ain't ready yet.
No,
it's just not as good as I was hoping it would be. Not nearly as good as the first one. So so that's kind of a bummer. And then so what I wound up doing is I was like, "Well, fuck it," and then I got Fable 2 back from you again. I was like, "Screw it, I'll play Fable 2 and get it, and I'll beat it as an evil character," and I did. And then now I'm back on to Fallout 3 again. Even though that there's other games coming out that I want now.
You can't have them, though. We don't have our unemployment checks.
No, I'm hoping for Christmas. I've got, I want Left 4 Dead. That's my new thing I want really bad.
I just quit keeping up with them because I can't get any of them.
Okay.
So I don't even look anymore.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I got Gears of War 2. I play that every once in a while. Besides that, I just basically sit and watch the cats.
Well, do you watch? Are you still watching TV? Do you watch sports? You still watch? Have you been paying attention to the Lions and their march towards the being the worst team in the history of football?
I try, and this week I actually didn't realize the game was actually on TV.
Did you watch it at all?
No, but I watched SportsCenter, so I got the highlights. I'm glad I didn't though, because I found out that they went for the 2-point, got it, and tied the game up in the fourth, and then proceeded to lose it just like they always do.
It's one of the here's my problem with the Lions this year. Obviously, the 14 losses, we could start there.
Dude, go ahead.
I don't know what quarterback I think is the best, because oddly enough. Because Kitna lost the games very quickly, and that was over with. He was easily the most frustrating to watch. Then we went to Dan Orlovsky, and Dan Orlovsky, outside of the unbelievably boneheaded play and running out of the back of the end zone for safety,
yeah, I remember that,
which turned him into a national joke. Outside of that, the guy has played pretty well.
Yeah,
because every time the Lions have had him in as quarterback, it hasn't been a blowout. It's been, he's been
kept
good.
It close at least.
Yeah, through his play to some degree. But then we got Dante Culpepper, and then we got into a real. Then we did Drew Stanton for a game, which really was nothing, because Drew Stanton's an egg.
Right.
The guy is just injury prone as all hell. He cannot play. The idea, I think everybody has kind of gotten to the point where we're like, okay, Drew Stanton is not ever going to be an NFL quarterback, because the guy just gets hurt way too easily. Then we move on to Dante Culpepper, and even though he has flashes of greatness are usually replaced with interceptions with at least one play later.
Exactly.
Unless Dante Culpepper is standing on the 50-yard line and throws a bomb to Calvin Johnson for a touchdown, we're not going to score.
Well, and that's only if Calvin Johnson actually catches the ball when it hits him in the fucking numbers.
I am not with you. Calvin Johnson is actually, I think he's had a hell of a year. He's like the third overall in the NFL for receiving yards.
He does all right, but he drops more passes than the games I've seen, because there's been so many blacked out.
Yeah.
So I should say the highlights I see, they always have highlights of him dropping passes, it's so frustrating. It's like, what the fuck?
The passes that he drops, though. I mean, this is only from watching all the
You're
games.
An NFL wide receiver. Catch the fucking ball.
Actually, the passes that he drops are just so. You can tell that they are not where those passes were supposed to go, because he is like stretched out, trying so hard to get the spectacular catch. And the reason why he has to get a spectacular catch is because it's a shitty fucking throw.
Right. Oh, yeah.
He's got to go up 8 feet just to get anything, and that's the way it's been all year. Like, he'll be run. Like, here's what I see all the time, especially with Culpepper. Johnson will be running down the field open, and then he's got to stop and then come back to where the ball is.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times
and
too.
Yeah, he'll drop
that. That is bullshit.
Because he's getting hit as he's trying to catch it.
But where I'm at with the Lions is, let's focus on next year. We got the number 1 draft pick, obviously.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody could lose their last 2 games and still have a better record than us.
We could win a game and we'd still be all right.
Yeah. But we get the first pick on the first round draft pick, and they're saying that I wish I could remember the guy's name.
Matt Stafford.
Yeah, one of the most accurate quarterbacks to come out of college. They say the guy can hit, and I've never seen him play except for the highlights, but
I've seen him play for Oklahoma.
The highlights they show of this cat.
Yeah, he's good.
My God, there could be, I swear to God, I mean, a little exaggeration, but there could be fucking 6 defenders, 1 jersey he's got to throw it to, and the guy that he's supposed to throw it to is 2 foot tall, surrounded by 6 foot giants, and he's going to drill him in the numbers.
That's true.
I mean, the guy is accurate as hell, and I've heard him say on SportsCenter, I don't know if I agree with it, but they say he's the most accurate quarterback ever to come out of college. Now,
one of them.
If that's true, then we're gonna fuck him up somehow. That's the only thing I keep thinking is, wow, this guy is supposed to be an amazing quarterback.
For Georgia, I apologize.
Yeah, this guy is supposed to be an amazing quarterback, and we're gonna get him, and we're gonna screw him up. Because it seems like no matter how good a quarterback is, when they come to play in Detroit, it's like a career killer. And I don't know if it's because they can't throw the ball without getting sacked 50 times per game because the offensive line is just that bad, or if it's just a curse on Detroit. I really don't know, but
it's no curse.
I don't know. Quarterback curse. I'm thinking somebody has cursed the quarterback.
Well, I mean,
position.
But then again, you look at the guys that we've had in the past. No one is going to say to you that because time has told the tale. As it turns out, Joey Harrington just wasn't a very good quarterback.
No, he wasn't, but he had to start his career in Detroit. Yeah. So,
but I don't think that had anything to do with it. I mean, he actually did. As far as all the teams that he played for, he played the most decent for the Lions. Which is sad. Well, the reason why is because he had Steve Mariucci as a coach that was helping him out quite a bit.
Right.
And really, you look back, I think Steve Mariucci probably should have been given a couple more years in Detroit. And with a different GM, because Matt Millen has no idea what to do with talent.
I firmly agree with that, especially if you look at old hard ass now, and you look at
Mr. 0-14.
Yeah, we're go out there and we're gonna play the game. Yeah. We're not gonna do this. Well, maybe you should start paying attention to the fucking scoreboard because you're losing.
Well, we've got. Go ahead.
To finish my thought, Mariucci, it seemed like the players really liked him. It seemed like the city really liked him. He didn't have the best. I think the city turned on him there at the end. But
it was such an embarrassing game against the Falcons and on that Thanksgiving Day game.
And I think that's where the tide turned. But I think the guy
was fired right after that game.
Yeah, and I think the guy, really deserved more of a chance than what he got. Especially when you look at what we got now, 0-14, and he still got a job after last season when we won I think 4 games.
Yeah.
He's not cutting it, and we're gonna let him stay. Did we win 6 last year?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But we're gonna let him stay. But yet Mariucci got thrown out on his ass, and I think he was a great coach.
I don't know. I think that
not a great coach, but I think he's better than what we got.
No, yeah, I think so. I think that the problem you got now is, that's the question: do you draft Stafford at the number 1 spot?
Yes.
Or do you just go line and just try to? Because obviously,
dude, we've tried to go line before. It hasn't helped. I don't know what the deal is, but
not in recent memory. In recent memory, all we've done is, and Gosner Churlis at the end of the year is now starting to look like a serious offensive tackle. You probably
we got one.
Well, that's the only one we've drafted in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
You look at especially that high in the draft. I mean, if you're talking about somebody that's that high in the draft, I mean, if you're picking 6th, yeah, fuck getting an offensive lineman.
Right.
But if you're picking number 1. You look at here's the 2 scenarios you look at. What? So hold on, let me finish. You look at who had the first pick in the draft last year, which was the Dolphins.
Yep.
They pick an O lineman. They got Mr. Michigan. They brought him in, and you know what? Fucking they went and got a veteran quarterback, and they put him in there, and because they have such a goddamn good offensive line now they're winning games.
Okay, I see that, but every year you talk about the Lions, it's tough for me because every year we talk about the Lions, we talk about 2 problems: the quarterback and the offensive line, the quarterback and the offensive line, quarterback and the offensive line. And to me, we have not fixed the quarterback problem yet. I think if you get a good, motivated quarterback in there that knows how to work his team, that can not just talk and get them pumped up, but then go back it up with a performance on the field.
Yeah.
Maybe he is rushed. but he gets the ball off and the gets it to where it's supposed to be, and they catch it and make the first down. Then he can get in that huddle and say, "Look, boys, you got to give me more time.
Yeah.
And I'm getting the job done, but you got to give me more time." If you get a quarterback that can actually perform under pressure, I think a good quarterback can make the offensive line better. I do.
But the problem is that you got no run. The thing of the Lions, everything's bad. That's why you got 0-14. But the offensive line actually does two things. They make a decent quarterback look like a great quarterback if you got a good offensive line.
I'll give you that.
And now you got a running game. That's a big deal. So if you go offensive line and you say, all right, I'm gonna be all about the offensive line. But see, to me, what's the biggest? Of course, I don't know how much you've watched lately, but what's the biggest problem the Lions got? It was last year and it's this year.
The offensive line.
No.
The quarterback has never had time to throw the ball. If you cannot give the quarterback even time to fucking do a handoff, that is your biggest problem. I'm sorry.
He has enough time to do that. And really, Kitna had had a lot more time than last year, but Kitna was as slow as it got. The problem is that, okay, you're gonna have a situation where the offensive line isn't as bad as people are making it out to be, because unfortunately it's all pop fucking football.
Right.
Really, what the real problem is, if you've watched every Lions game this year, is that what happens in the first quarter? We go down 21 points.
Yeah.
And what's the problem with that?
Defense.
The problem's defense. And so if you have a
no, but see, you said what was the problem last year and this year. Last year, the defense had some games that when they wanted to fucking play, you couldn't touch them.
Carson, they were second worst in the NFL.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they had glimpses of greatness.
Yeah.
You could see where with a good coach, instead of fucking hard-nosed ass that we got now, with a good coach and a good defensive coach, you could make the defense turn into something. I think the problem with the defense is direction and coaching. You got to run the plays that are called. If you're fucking, running a defensive, play and you're thinking they're going to run the ball and all of a sudden they throw it, of course, you're fucked. But you got bad defensive play calling. I think that's the main problem, is some idiot doesn't know what defensive plays they're calling. And I think if you work with the defense, you can have a good defense.
I think you're dead wrong. And the reason why is because
you smoke crack. I know.
No, because we did Lee Bodden was our big free agent acquisition for cornerback, and that's a guy that was nothing more than a backup for most teams.
Right.
We basically went out and got all the backups from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was what we did over there. And the problem is that the reason why we get blown out 21 points in the beginning of the game is because we don't have any fucking talent. Even Ernie Sims is regressing, and the reason why is because you got shit. We let Sean Rogers go,
which was dumb.
Well, maybe it wasn't because the guy was a fucking cancer, but at the same time, we've got no D-line at all.
Right.
So you can just run it up the gut versus the fucking Lions, and you'll win every game. That's exactly what happened in Tennessee.
And you don't think that's bad play calling?
Huh?
You don't think that's bad play calling?
I think it's a lack of talent. I think it's what it is. I think that you've got Matt Millen who stocked this team with a lack of fucking talent.
I'm not going to argue that point, but I am going to argue the point that when you combine the lack of talent with bad play calling, that's when you go down 21 points in the first. Even if you had a half-assed decent...
But both things are a problem.
Well, that's what I'm saying. With a half-assed defense, which I think we got, and I think there's some guys on there that could be good. With a half-assed defense and good play calling, you might only go down 7 points in the first. But with a half-assed defense and horrible play calling, that's why we're getting our ass kicked. And the other side of that is, even if our defense is that bad, our offense can't turn around and match what the other team's offense is doing.
They're bad all the way around.
4 and fucking out every fucking time.
They're bad all the way around. But I think that they may take Stafford as number 1 pick. But if you want to fix the Lions, what you have to do is you have to improve 2 things. You have to improve the offensive line, but more importantly, you have to improve the defense. The defense wins championships. And if you really want to be a big time deal in the NFL these days, you've got to have an excellent defense. Now, if you get an excellent defense, the offense will come along. Now, you look at teams like the Ravens. Remember the Baltimore Ravens? They had Trent Dilfer at quarterback. They had nothing. They couldn't score. They maybe scored fucking 14 points a game. But you know what? The defense didn't give up a single point. So guess what? You're going to win every fucking game.
Well, I understand that, but at the same time, who leads the team? Who is the leader of the team? The quarterback is always the leader of the team. He is looked upon as
also the middle linebacker is also very much you look at Teddy Bruschi over there and you look at Teddy Bruschi, Junior Seau of the old San Diego Chargers. And if you want to look at and also there's
Love the Chargers.
The Chargers are fantastic. I love that team.
You know how to fix it? Bring LT to Detroit.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll
LT.
fucking win. What's your game plan? Giving LT the ball. That's what we're doing.
Ray Lewis for the Baltimore Ravens. You look
Right.
at Brian Urlacher. I mean, you really could be. I mean, a big time. If you went out and if you drafted actually, and what about that Laurinaitis motherfucker from USC? Bring him in here, make him your goddamn middle linebacker, and yeah, that's what you do. You put a big leader, a big motherfucking, look at Chicago for Christ's sakes. Tell me who's on the Chicago Bears. You tell me a player.
Grossman.
Rex Grossman. He hasn't played this year because he's on the bench.
I know he sucks.
Okay.
But I don't fucking know.
Brian Urlacher, fucking middle linebacker.
Urlacher, yeah.
Urlacher, middle linebacker. He's the first name on most people's lips if you're talking about the Chicago Bears. They've never, ever had a fucking offense. Did that hurt them against Indy in the Super Bowl? Yes. But at the same time, they were in the motherfucking Super Bowl, and that was all defense.
This is my point, though. One good offensive player can turn a whole fucking team around and give somebody hope.
What?
You don't think so? Barry fucking Sanders.
Calvin fucking Johnson. And Barry Sanders. Dude, Barry Sanders didn't. We sucked when we had Barry Sanders.
Yeah, but Barry Sanders was the whole team. People actually gave a shit. But what I'm saying
they
is...
gave a shit, but Carson, we never...
okay, when was the last time you made it to the playoffs?
Was with Barry Sanders.
Thank you. At least he got you there.
But that was because we had Chris Spielman and Jerry Ball on the fucking defense. Jerry Ball holding down the line, and Chris Spielman was, guess what?
All I'm saying is if you bring in a good quarterback, I think that is the best fucking place to start. Because without a good quarterback, you're not going to have a good team.
There are plenty of people that have shitty quarterbacks and actually do go very far in the playoffs.
Do they win Super Bowls? No.
Ravens.
They got lucky one fucking time.
And all right, how about Ben Roethlisberger was barely involved in that Super Bowl.
How about the damn Patriots?
What about them?
The Patriots have fucking well, not this year, obviously.
They're doing great with Matt Castle, and Matt Castle's average.
No, Matt Castle's really. I'd say he's above average. He's a good fucking quarterback.
He'll be our quarterback next year.
I'll take him. But what I'm saying is, with Brady was an amazing quarterback, and he led. I mean, given the Patriots was an awesome team.
Yeah.
He had great people to throw to. He had great people to give the ball to. And their defense was amazing. But the star of the team and the guy that really led that team was Greg fucking Brady. The guy was amazing. And they built...
Who's Greg Brady?
I mean...
Are you talking about...
Old intern. Old intern. Greg Brady. That's good. I was old intern. Sorry. I don't know why you popped in my head.
I just had to let you go there on a second, too, just to fucking let it just go.
Eric, Barney wants to know why you're not a football coach.
Why am I not a football coach? I have no idea.
Because he likes talking on the radio. Now, shut up, fat boy.
This is easier.
But what I'm saying is, they build the whole team around Tom Brady, and then they win 3 fucking Super Bowls.
I disagree. I thought it was very much built around Teddy Bruschi. But let me look at it this way. Let me ask you this question.
Were you on the defense in high school? Did you play high school football?
No. All right.
Jesus.
Let me give you 2 scenarios and let me finish and let me get all both of these out before you jump on me. All right. This is what it is.
Jump on you right now.
This is what it is. Let's say you give me this. Tell me which one of these scenarios is better. Give me Matt Stafford, and then we're going to try to see if we can rebuild the defense and in the draft. Okay.
I think that's a good plan.
Okay. Now we tried to do that in the draft. Now but next year the problem is that you have a rookie quarterback, not a good offensive line, not much of a running game, but he does have the opportunity to throw to Calvin Johnson. All right. Now do you do that, or do you go into free agency? You say you get Matt Castle, and then you bring him in, a fucking veteran quarterback now. Put a solid line that you know he's going to win behind. And then you stack the rest of that shit with defense. So now you've got a veteran quarterback, a solid offensive line that'll give you a running back, and then you still have that same rebuilt defense that you would have gotten either way. I'd rather take Matt Castle, the proven person.
Oh God!
Because Matt Castle was a backup and was at USC as well.
We have had such bad luck with proven quarterbacks.
I don't know about that.
Kitna came in, supposed to be this great veteran quarterback, was going to lead the team. Sucked out loud.
Hold on. No, he wasn't.
He
sucked. He sucked in
but
Cincy.
everybody in Detroit. Oh, he's a veteran quarterback.
That's
what we
hype.
need. We need a fucking veteran quarterback. Well, guess what? He sucked out loud.
I never said that. I thought he sucked.
I'll pull tapes.
Go find him. I know.
I can't. We got fired.
I never did. I thought he sucked in Cincy. I thought he sucked in fucking Seattle. He was nothing but Mike Holmgren threw him out on his
Dante
ass.
Culpepper.
Why are you yelling?
This year, Dante Culpepper supposed to be the guy. Oh, veteran quarterback, Dante Culpepper.
I don't think anybody thought he was going to be the guy.
But what I'm saying is, why not get a fresh young guy that's supposed to, obviously we need an accurate quarterback. If you can get an accurate fucking quarterback and put him in there, he's got Calvin Johnson to throw to, and then you totally go through and do what you can with the defense for the rest of your draft picks, okay? Mm-hmm. And then maybe try to pick up a good running back free agent.
Yeah.
Okay, I think, and then if you can pick out some running back or some offensive line on free agency, great. If not, I think you got something to build on. But that way, the defense is covered. You got a young, fresh guy that can potentially be as one of the greats. Okay, and we got him playing in Detroit.
Okay, but the problem
I think, and another thing you got to think of too is what is going to get the fans there. If you get a bunch of hype about this new quarterback, rookie quarterback,
fans. I want to see some wins.
Yeah, well, you know what? Wins are going to get the fans there, but you also got to get the fans behind you to pay these motherfuckers, and so I can watch it on TV.
Okay, how about this? Here's the problem with this, and this is where you get into the issues. First round, first pick quarterbacks are not exactly what you would call a solid deal. You never know.
It's 50-50 shot. It's a gamble.
I submit to you it's a hell of a lot less than 50-50.
It's a gamble.
When's the last time how about Alex Smith? Remember when he was picked number 1?
Yeah, what's he doing now?
He's like third string for San Francisco.
Okay.
How about the first round? Remember, there's always the Ryan Leaf thing. You can always go with that one. He was selected very high in the draft. Joey Harrington was picked number 2 in the draft overall. How about even last year's pick, Jamarcus Russell? He obviously was picked number 1. Hasn't done shit. Just completely sucks because he didn't have an offensive line to go around him. The only people that actually, as number 1 picks, turn out to be pretty good are people with the last name Manning, and that's a completely different thing altogether.
Well, obviously.
Tom Brady, on the other hand, where do you suppose he was picked?
He was way back, like third or fourth round. I thought.
So really, but the people that they pick on the offensive line, that actually the tackles that they pick, those guys, fuck. You look at the Jets. The Jets, what was his name? A couple years ago, he was actually the number 1 pick for the Jets. He was an offensive tackle. The motherfucker has turned out to be an excellent thing, and they waited around long enough, and now the Jets have got themselves a quarterback in Brett Favre.
Just because, they got lucky.
Well, I don't know how lucky they feel after the last 2 games, but
hey, he won Sunday.
Yeah, they did.
They
did?
Yeah, they won
lost.
Sunday.
Right,
no, they ended up winning it.
By the way, Barley's rats, and he said, you called him a fat boy. He said, "Fat boy Carson, I thought you were Pun's bitch." So that's what he wanted to say to you.
I want to, Carson. I'm not going to offend you because it's Barley. You should be able to do. You should be able to do something right there.
I'm good with the fat man. At least pun baits. Anyway, well, what I'm saying is, you could say that
You're
about.
Saying I'm bathing?
No.
Oh, it's not about me. Okay, I'm just trying to make everything about me.
You could make that argument for anybody in the draft that goes on the first round. You really can. I mean, first round don't mean crap. I mean, there's been plenty of guys in every position get picked in the first round of the draft that sucked.
Yeah.
And that's it's a draft, and you're going off. Okay, you're playing. You look awesome playing against guys in your caliber in college football.
Right.
Most of those guys are never going to play football again.
Okay.
Then you're going to throw in this guy that was amazing with those dudes into the NFL. Dude, it's a crapshoot. No matter what position, no matter what player you get, it is such a crapshoot that you can only look at how they did do in college and should they do good. And you look at this quarterback, Matt, and he's a kid that is very accurate no matter what the situation. You know what I mean?
In college.
But I don't think a lot's going to change from throwing the ball to a college player to throwing the ball to an NFL player.
Well, NFL.
You've got bigger guys. It's a faster-paced game. I understand that.
And the corners are a lot better.
Right. But at the same time, accuracy is accuracy. It doesn't matter. If you're hitting a 6-inch mark, a 6x6 inch, square on a player's chest, and that's what you're aiming for. It doesn't matter how many dudes are around you. It doesn't matter what's around it. If you can consistently hit that box, then you're going to be a good quarterback.
Well,
and that's what this guy's known for, is being consistent and accurate, and that's what we need.
Unless you telegraph it, unless it's too predictable, unless the defense can read
from
your
what
eyes.
From what I've seen, he doesn't have any tails.
Let's get back to let's get off of football for a little bit. I wanted to say this too. There's some asshole that I talked to. I forget who it was. Some guy says to me, "Well, boy, the Celtics sure aren't doing that good this year." What the fuck are you talking about? What they lose? They lost like 3 games.
That's it.
Are you kidding? Yeah, 22-3. Yeah, they're really sucking it up this year. Do you think they now?
Let me tell you something. There is so many fucking Irish and Italian Americans right now losing their mind because their Celtics are doing
Good.
Italian Americans and Irish Americans. Yes. Yeah. It's Boston is Irish people and Italian people.
What about what is it? Then you got the Pistons of obviously AI. Who knows if that's actually going to be a playoff team? They've sucked and then they've done pretty well too. So who knows?
I've watched a couple Pistons games this year, and I've watched them one where they totally kicked ass, and then I watched one here a couple weeks ago where it didn't even look like the same team was playing.
Yeah.
And I was like asking Pun, I'm like, did we get some injuries or something? He was, nope, same guy. I'm like, really? Because they suck all of a sudden. Like they were good a couple weeks ago. He's like, oh, wait till tomorrow night. They'll be good again. Yeah. And that's the way the Pistons have been going this year. Apparently.
Yeah, well, it's real hit or miss. Obviously, it's a good deal with the whole Alvin Iverson thing because they have a chance to actually get somebody they'll be a big player in the free agency market next year. That's for sure because they got all that money out of their way with Chauncey and the other guy. Is he back yet? I forget what his name is. McDice. Is he back?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I couldn't tell you.
All right. Well, just kind of in sports centric. Do you want to take a quick break?